Paul Butler. I'm one of the client partners at New Leaf Training and Development, and I'm joined today by Brian Schlick, who is the co-owner of Schlick Art Photography and Video. And Brian also serves as the chair for the Small Business Council for our local Chamber of Commerce. Hey, Brian, as you know, for the last 15 years now at New Leaf Training and Development, we've really focused on just three things, being helping people better manage themselves, better lead others, and grow business acumen. And I just wondered what would be your recommended best practices to help people and organizations in those three areas. But please start, though, by telling us a little bit more about your organization, what you do and who you serve. And over to you, Brian, and I'll wrap it up when you're done.
Sounds great. Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate you for having me on the show. Like I said, I went and checked out a bunch of your previous episodes and they all had great advice. So hopefully I'll live up to that same kind of talent level. To introduce myself, I'm Brian Schlick of Schlick Art Photography and Video, which I've co-owned with my wife, Lindsay, since 2012. We create visual marketing content. So think things like headshots, marketing videos, and marketing photography for businesses and entrepreneurs in kind of the Southern California area. So we will travel to other places if we need to, but generally in Southern California. We also have a personal side to our business, which is kind of primarily focuses on women. This includes boudoir photography, glamour photos, and kind of family photography with the idea that we kind of take care of mom first. And then if the family comes, they come afterwards. So it's kind of hair, makeup, champagne, chocolates, those kind of things. So it's a kind of a pampering experience for mom first, and then we go through the photo day, if that makes sense. So now to answer your questions, let's get to the fun part of it, right? So when it comes to kind of managing both Lindsay and managing ourselves, that is, Lindsay and I are kind of strong believers in that we everything leads us by our calendar, so to speak. So if it's not in our calendar, we're probably just not going to do it. So if we get invited somewhere or somebody tells us about an event that we need to go to, or we have obviously clients coming in, if it's not in our calendar, it's going to be missed. And that's what really keeps us on track. So that's kind of the main key to kind of managing ourselves. And then one of the other things we do outside of that, or to help supplement that, is we're huge note takers and list makers. And that really kind of keeps us on tracks with just general tasks for the day and just operating our business in general, but also with keeping on track with projects, right? So we're pretty much a project-based business. So if we don't kind of keep track of where we are in the process or following up with clients, then we kind of drop the ball and don't catch up. So that's kind of how we kind of manage ourselves within our own business. And then when it comes to leading others, in our business, it's kind of become a little bit of a new thing. We've kind of recently hired a new employee, but to kind of go back a little bit, both Lindsay and I were really fortunate to work kind of in a fast-paced environment for a little while. It was a super hardworking and super fast-paced. So years ago, we used to work for Princess Cruises on board the Princess Cruises ships. Lindsay was a photographer, I was a videographer. And so while we were working on board, we were really lucky to have some really great managers that kind of taught us some really great lessons in leadership and what leadership should be. So then when we started our business in Santa Clarita, we kind of wanted to get involved with the community. And one of the organizations we joined was JCI of Santa Clarita. And we met a lot of really great people within that organization. And they kind of helped us get involved, which led us to kind of managing events and different committees and things like that, which kind of allowed us to kind of expand on how we kind of built who we were as leaders. So we got to kind of manage people and delegate and things like that. So it kind of helped kind of build what we were to become. And so one of the things that came out of that is we learned that communication is a huge part of it. And so we tend now in our own business, and just when we're working out in the communities, we tend to over-communicate. We over-communicate with our clients, our staff, with each other. So everybody knows that we're all on the same page. And so a couple of the ways we do that is pretty much everything in our business. And we kind of learned this phrase from Rachel Cosgrove, who's a local business owner here as well. Create scripts, templates, or a checklist. Everything within your business should be one of those three things, because it really helps keep you focused on tasks and make sure that you know what other people within your organization are doing. So we kind of took that on. And then the third one quickly, that the third question that you asked was about business acumen. So Lindsay and I tend to discuss pretty much everything in our business. So whether it's a big decision or a small decision, we kind of like want to make sure we're on the same page with it all. So, and the other thing we know is that we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so we can kind of lean on each other in that way. So if it's something more technical, Lindsay kind of just pushes it off towards me. If it's more kind of business operational side, Lindsay's kind of that portion. But then we can kind of combine those kind of two talents to kind of fully form what our business is. So it helps us make good judgments and better judgments. And then the other thing that I think really helps in that kind of making business decisions is just being confident in what your business is and what your products and services are. Because if you're 100% behind what you offer to your clients, it's going to be so much easier for you to make decisions once people are asking you questions about, do you offer this? Do you do that? Can you help me with this? We already know that what we can and can't do, and we don't have to struggle with making decisions and labor the point. So we can kind of make them quite quickly. So I hope those answers to your questions were helpful to either you or your viewers, just so I hopefully live up to that hype of everybody else that you've had on your show. I hope you enjoyed that time.
Brilliant. Thank you, Brian. Well, on behalf of everyone who watches these, and as you know, Brian, they've become very, very popular. Thanks again for your insights to help people and organizations better manage themselves, better lead others, and grow business acumen. And just on a personal level, Brian, thank you so much for your service with the local Chamber of Commerce. As you know, we're very proud members as well. Can I offer you a virtual high five?
Yeah, let's do it. Nailed it. Oh, we got a couple of them. I missed the last three. Sorry.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks for having me.